up.
Hey Ringside crew. Welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast, and we are live here on YouTube. And today I am bringing back a gentleman that I had so much fun with last time. Let's give a warm return to the one and only, the wrestling god, Lucius Krow. Welcome back, Lucius. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So, Lucius, on this awesome night here in the middle of February, the day before Valentine's Day, what have you been up to, my friend?
Working, promoting, supporting. That's all I've been doing. Just taking bookings, closing out bookings. It's just been nonstop, traveling here and there, wrestling everywhere.
That's the most important thing for you guys, because that's why you saw my jacket. That's number one for me. Support the indies, support, and always try to get any way in the business. So I
support. Before we get into any questions, I do support the indies, but I don't support all of them. I support some of them, not all of them. I don't accept, wrestlers fighting invisible men. I don't support stuff like that. I don't support wrestlers fighting Michael Jackson or wrestlers fighting a man dressed in a chicken suit. I take that as a mockery in this sport. I take that they're having too much fun. I support the real independent wrestlers and the real independent promotions. I don't support the wrestlers or wrestling promotions that wants to be cosplay.
I totally see that, because there's lots of wrestlers out there these days that don't have like that. They don't have their own certain gimmick, their own story that they're following. They have to follow something else that is in it, and you're like, what are you trying to give us? What are you promoting? What is this character that you're trying to show us? And
it's basically it falls in a category of lost creativity. They don't know exactly what to do or how to do it, so they figure do anything and everything, just as they say, a quick pop in wrestling. Just to get that pop, they'll just do whatever it takes, including copying other feds from the mainstream to the lower cards. Everybody to each his own. I personally myself do not support any cosplay. Pretend. Like the stuff that I mentioned. I don't support any of that. Nor will I ever be or participate in any shows like that. I have. There's a difference. There's a difference between a show that does, a cosplay fundraiser, or there was a cosplay one that I've worked in, and I had fun in it. I did, where we can dress up, like Halloween, and still wrestle and still give our craft. It's not, it's a difference. There's a difference between that. I've done a cosplay where you dress up whoever you want to dress up as, and you still perform.
Yeah.
To the utmost respect of wrestling, and still do your craft. There's a difference between that, and there's a difference between cosplay wrestling, where the difference is in a Fed, you're doing a Hadouken. There's a difference between invisible stuff. That's the difference. Cosplay is a little bit different when it's you're not pretending, you're dressing up. Dressing up is different from pretending. I don't seen wrestlers go to like um it was a weird fight. This guy pretended to be Superman,
Mm,
and he fought a guy that was Batman. And it was
mm,
like, okay, I thought it was gonna be wrestling related, but then out of nowhere, the Batman takes out a kryptonite. Something green, and pretend it was kryptonite, and then the Superman was getting weak in the ring, and I'm just like, you see, this is what I don't support. This
mm.
is a mockery to my sport, to my field, and what I do and what I mastered and what I sweat, blood, and tears in. Just to take out a pretend kryptonite. I don't know. That's just me. That's beyond the point.
I've been doing this podcast thing now for 4 years. I've seen Lucius, I think I told you at the show. I've seen everything from a hot dog man. I've seen I've seen you. I've seen Phil Insane. I've seen Kim Carnage. I think if I could, everybody's asking me, Joe, when is the Dudes at Ringside book coming out? And I was like,
It,
I'll
it's it's
I'll
it's
talk
a
to you.
difference. It's a difference when you see a cycle killer,
Yeah,
gimmick. It's a difference when you see that, because you something. It's a movie now. It's a TV show. It's a thrill, But it's different when Santa Claus come out to wrestle. It's a difference when you have Michael Jackson in the ring dancing, and it's like you're taking it too far. You're taking it too far. That's my thing. Is I don't support the nonsense in wrestling. I don't go in there and have a pillow fight, and a pillow can knock you out. Like really, like that's what we're really doing. There's a lot of things in wrestling that I don't truly support. There's a lot of things, and I can go on and on and on. But again, it's just my opinion. It's nobody else's opinion. So a lot of people can get mad at what I say, and I don't care because you're not paying my bills. You don't supply me with the belts. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things in wrestling that I don't like. There's a lot of things that I don't accept, and I have the rights to choose that, and I have the rights to think that way. There's mixed wrestling where girls fight guys. A girl that's weighing a buck 25 beating a guy that's 300 pounds. I
yeah.
don't. It's not believable. It's not believable. It's the
That that
gimmick.
that
But
makes
there are
me
some
like.
good. There are some good girls out there. There are some
There
good
are
girls out
some great
there,
female wrestlers out there. Like,
and they can
but
beat
when it
guys.
comes to that stuff, I kind of go, I don't know, Lucius. I don't know what they're trying to prove these days. Girls, there's female wrestlers that are certain weight class that are like in their 100 pounds, and you're like, what are we showing?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I respect the females for doing that. For the simple fact that they're actually working a man, you know. And we all know when you see girls and girls fighting each other, the match doesn't really look that great, And
Yeah.
not nothing bad to them because a lot of horrible female wrestlers, but there's a lot of good ones too.
Hmm.
But for a woman to actually get out of her shell and actually fight a man bigger than her, stronger than her, faster than her, that's I give her respect for that, and if she so happens to win, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Um, I give them respect for that. I mean, I wouldn't put a woman in a ring with a man. If a woman wants to get in a ring with a man and it gets in a ring with me, I'm gonna show her what a man really does and
Yeah.
really how hard really it hits. I'm not gonna take it easy if it's a woman. If you're in my ring, then you're gonna get the same beating as the next man.
Hmm.
But I respect those that tries their best and try to do different things and go, think outside of the box and just to get a quick pop. I get it. I respect it. I respect everybody's decision and everybody's grind. I really do. I just have opinions on them.
So let's go into it. Let's talk about it. You're you're like, what's going on? You're not with the group that I was with watching you with when I first started coming to the shows in Pennsylvania. Like, you moved on to another.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is what happens in wrestling. um, we're talking about PPW, Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling. I love that. I did love that company. You know, that company is a good company. Um, Unfortunately, they had nobody in my caliber when it came down to in ring performance, promos, sponsorships, views, um, credibility, clout. And list goes on with the god. We had a situation where you see I don't have the PPW No Limits champion belt anymore, but I am still the Pennsylvania Premier well, No Limits champion. I am because I was never beaten. I was stripped from that title. I was stripped from that title. Of course, you know what happened was I couldn't go to one of the events because I got into an accident in the highway, got a car accident. Whether it was bad, whether it's good, it's nor here nor there. I'm here, I'm alive, so all that matters. But I couldn't make it, so they decided to strip me from my title because I wasn't there to perform, which was understandable. But I chose to I chose to walk away from them in good terms, not in bad terms. I chose to walk away from them. Nothing bad towards them. Nothing but good positive things for them. Um, but let's state the record that I am the only wrestler in PPW that was undefeated for a whole year.
Mm.
Um, I held that title for a year. Um, that title has I have never been beaten for that title. So to this day, I'm still the champion. How does Ric Flair says it? In order for you to be the man, you need to beat the man, and
Mm.
nobody has beaten this man for that title. That title was replaced with a U.S. title. And proclaiming he was the No Limits title, but in every promo, pictures, and video, it says United States on it. It wasn't the No Limits champion. I parted ways with the title because there's no need for it. If I was stripped from it, then let somebody else. But I've taken that title and made it just as prestige as the world title. That title was never prestigious. That title was considered a joke to a lot of wrestlers. A hand me down. When I took that title, I've made that title prestigious. That title was known. Everybody wanted that title, and nobody could get it. That was the beautiful part about it. So, you know, business is business. You know, at the end of the day, I couldn't fulfill my end of the bargain of the deal, and I couldn't participate in the event. So they decided to strip me and put it up for grabs for and for me to go back in the tournament. I was supposed to be in that tournament, but for me to get that title again, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't. I already climbed that ladder. I don't need to win that title twice. I just need to prove it one time, and that's what I did. And the title holder now is not can't even put my shoes on. He can't even put my shoes on. He can't. He's Nobody even knows he has that title. That's the crazy part. For a year that I had that title, everybody knew I had that title. Everybody knew about that title.
Mm.
The title holder now doesn't even promote it the right way. And this is the problem that I'm having with a lot of wrestlers and companies where they don't promote people. They don't promote their company. If I'm your champion, I'm going to represent your champion. I'm going to be a proud champion. And I'm going to show your championships everywhere. I defended that No Limits championship 6 times in 6 different feds. Correction. 6 different feds, 12 different times.
Wow.
Something that none of them that ever held that title has ever done. Once they win the title, they forget about it and move on to the next company. That's not what I do. What I do as a god, I show the world pure eminence and perfection. I show them the meaning of being the god of gods. I went to your company and defended their belt. I took your title and defended it in this company and took it all over. I was considered, and still am considered, the belt collector.
I should know. Remember, Lucius, we had that fun moment at the show. I had all the belts in my hands.
It's a lot of responsibilities holding a lot of titles. It's a lot of responsibilities.
As I told you, give me a black suit jacket with a cool design on the back. I'll be your manager, even though I'll get a lot of flack from Kim. But I'll be your Paul Heyman. I'll be like, I'll speak today, Lucius. It's okay. I'm a podcaster. I do it all the time. Be like, no, Joe, I could talk. I'm not Brock.
Yeah, it's we have something good going. Um, and of course, we're focusing different paths. Of course, saying, but we're taking over the world. Trump is of the apocalypse. Is not dead. Trump is the apocalypse. Is strong and alive. Phil Insane and I are together with the attachment and of Phil of Kim Carnage. She's an awesome person. In and outside of the ring, she's phenomenal. Most of the people I've seen is not believable as he and has the passion as she does, as well as Phil Insane. A lot of people don't have the passion and the thrive that he has, and that's why the Trumpers of the Apocalypse are so strong, so superior. We've worked in different companies from Ohio to Hawaii. You know,
Why?
we
Wow, really?
yeah, we have conquered. We have conquered. We went to the tribals of the tribes, and we have conquered them and showed them that we are the true. You know, we are the true dominance everywhere. So we went everywhere. Florida, we have gone. Yeah, you name it, we have gone it. We have done it, and we're still continuing to do that as well. We're going to represent other companies. I don't. I'm not a one hitter quitter. um, when I go to companies and I make an impact, and I show them why I am the God of gods. I show them all, and I show the roster, I show the promotion, I show the owners, I show the fans who I am. I'm not a one hitter quitter where I could just go there and just leave. I am not what they consider. I'm not what I consider um, indie horse. um, I don't go to just feds and just leave and go and leave. I represent them. When I give their title, I shine with that title, and I raise that title higher, higher to the mountaintops, so the world can see the champion I am and what company I represent as a champion. So any title that I acquire, and there's going to be a lot of championships that I will acquire. They will get promoted and it will get shined in everything that I do. I did a photo shoot yesterday. I represented a clothing line. As I represented the clothing line, I also represented, the championships, the companies and stuff that was always in.
Awesome. So let's talk about this upcoming show. Your upcoming shows, Lucius. Like I couldn't show the one poster wouldn't load, but
I'm trying
let's
to,
show
trying to,
the
I'm
let's
trying
show.
to, I'm trying to share this. Trying
I'll
to share.
show the first one that I can show because this StreamYard, as I said, she's an interesting lady. I got the one. This is this poster right here.
Yes,
Hopefully,
that is my debut in EHW, Extreme Hybrid Wrestling. This is my debut, actually, on the 9th. That is going to be, I am going against Terry Trevor. He's a good kid. That is my debut of the God. The first debut, first day they would witness the God. That is, if I'm not mistaken, um, with a T. I forgot the location. I'm pretty sure you can see the location. But I
yeah, it's in
everybody.
Pennsylvania. I see the thing now.
I advise everybody to get tickets. Go see. I got a couple people going already.
$20 for a ticket. That's not bad, Lucius. That is a good price for a ticket.
that's $20 to go see a god.
Yeah. That going to see a god costs more than $20.
Hold on,
I know what you mean.
let me see if I can actually share this. Didn't you send me a thingy? Where's it
Yeah,
at?
you can share it. Yeah.
Is it on YouTube or is it on here?
This is I think it's on here. There's a share button on there somewhere.
I'm trying to see. It just says more. Stream more. Chat.
Maybe because you're on your phone, maybe that's why. He's not showing.
Probably. Is the YouTube one on?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
let me see if I can get. Oh.
you blacked your camera out.
Yeah. I'm trying to share it. I'm trying to share it.
Okay. Okay. Oh no.
Trying to share it. Trying to share it. I'm
Yeah.
still here. I'm still
Yeah, we're
here.
doing this. This is a fun. We're going good. Everything's fine. We're having fun. Yeah. So there.
There we go. There we go. I don't know. Just let me stop messing with the buttons. Let me
Yeah.
stop messing with the
We don't
buttons.
want to. We don't want to lose you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that show looks really good. Is there any other shows? Even though I can't show the other poster because they didn't load.
the other show that we're having actually is on the second. Let me try to get this. There we go. The other show that we're having is actually on the second, and that is actually High Ground. That is High Ground Pro Wrestling. That is on the second. That is in Archibald, PA. Of course, if people want to go, I've got tickets. Of course, everybody got tickets for that. I have the shows broadcasted on my Facebook, on my TikTok, Instagram. It's gonna be a good
I'm
a good
looking at the
show.
poster right now. It's the 1 year anniversary show.
Yes, this is where I'm actually there. I'm the junior heavyweight champion in High Ground right now, and I'm currently in 2 years of pro wrestling. In 2 years, I actually am 530 days undefeated.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Congratulations, Lucius.
thank you, thank you.
Congratulations. That's a big for most
I,
wrestlers.
I conquer. You know, I was in PPW for a year, undefeated. Nobody could beat me. Nobody could take that streak away from me. I actually left that other side company, BPW. I left them. I left them because of poor management. But I'm also there undefeated as well. Um, every company I go, I don't leave companies. I like to stay there. But when something doesn't happen with management and it doesn't work out to your favor, if you're giving it your all and they're just looking at you and they want more or they expect something different and it's just not mixing, you have to walk away. You know, that's what Cody did with AEW. CM Punk did with WWE. You know exactly what I did to Battlefield. I walked away from, a couple companies because of promoters don't know what they're doing. Bookers trying to be, workers trying to be bookers. You know, I respect everybody's company and everybody's thrive. I believe in respect. It's one of the main things I really actually believe in. If you don't show respect to your workers, then why should the workers show you any respect? So I feel like, I'm the god of gods. Like, you need to respect me. Look at me, but things happen, so
Do you have any other exciting things that you will be doing, like by the middle of the year? Anything coming up that you want to
well,
announce
yeah, I
between
mean,
the weekend?
there's a lot of things that we're doing. There's a lot of things we're definitely doing. A lot of shows coming up, upcoming shows. We're one of my home base right now is High Ground Pro Wrestling. High Ground Pro Wrestling is one of the companies that's is doing real good right now. It's doing real good. Of course, obviously, I'm the junior heavyweight champion right there. Um, but there's a lot of phenomenal wrestlers there that I would like to step foot into, and we will cross paths. We have the dude, we have currently we have the Sarge, but the Sarge has gotten hurt. Um, due to unfortunate, situations where, he got mad. He didn't decide. He wasn't praising thy name, Lucius Krow. So he had to learn the hard way, and he's out of commission right now. He's on a shelf right now.
Oh,
But there's a lot of wrestlers right now that will step pat, but you also understand that, we have Phil Insane as well. And before they try to test me and try to do something, you have to get through that cinder block wall they call Philistine, and that's my reassurance in champion. and success.
Do you have any plans for Mania weekend, Lucas?
Again, Mania weekend. I was booked in 3 different companies. I'm not gonna promote their companies because I don't know which company I'm doing right now.
Mm.
Um, the fine print is not written yet in the contract. There's no, you know, I have things I want to be added to that contract before I accept anything. So before I accept anything, we have to see. So there's the contract's not been signed yet. So when it's signed, then and only then I will depend. It will depend on what show or what days I will be doing Mania weekend.
Awesome. Um, before we go, um, like I know you have a crazy schedule. I don't know if I asked you this question last time. What is it like to work and like in this day of wrestling? Like for you, what is your schedule normally like the week of a show?
It's crazy. It's. I mean, for me, it's a little bit hard. More. I would like to say it's more harder. I would like to say that myself. Um, I'm currently training right now for the 2024 Arnold Classics.
Wow.
2022 Arnold Classics, I've won. I bench pressed 485 and I won first place, made state record, beat state record, etc. The perks and all that was given. Um, 2023, I was supposed to, but I've got hurt. Wrestling and other things come in between it. So I do get, it does get to a point where you get hurt. Go up, go up. So I right now my schedule is a little hectic because I go to the gym 7 days a week. I train, it's like 4 to 5 days a week. You know, I teach, 4 to 5 days a week. So it's a little hectic, especially with the Arnold Classics coming up. I do a lot of bodybuilding competitions. I mean, it's hard to maintain. It's hard to maintain. It's easy to lose, but hard to maintain. So this is like one of my biggest championship belts that I'm holding for like a while now. And it's very very hard. There's a lot of dieting at times. There's a lot of mental blocks, mental pushing, mental stress. There's a lot of things that it pulls apart. Because that we have wrestling and who's my next competitor, who's the opponent, what am I gonna do to him in there? What am I supposed to, like? So it's just like so many, so much, so much, so much. So and then what makes it more harder is that I have to learn how to train separately in individual stages where I'm at in life because I can get hurt, and one time getting hurt can cost me wrestling, can cost me training, can cost me bodybuilding, can cost me anything, can cost me my titles, my future titles. So it becomes even more stressful because you got to train smart, not hard. You don't want to go in there and train to get hurt. So you gotta be real smart in what you're doing. Like bodybuilding, I can't go one day and train and say, I'm just gonna bench press 505. Like, is it worth it? Why should I do it? I could get hurt. I could pull a bicep, a chest. I could pull anything, and then I'm out of commission. And then one just getting hurt in one of these traits that I do can cost it all together. I think I spoke to you the last time where I had a motorcycle accident.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I had a motorcycle accident in 2022.
Mm.
And I died for 22 seconds. But of course, God was alive.
Zapped yourself. Boop.
But that costed me a lot, or pain, suffering, um, pushing back. I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, you know, and then ultimately pushing forward. It's even more harder, pushing harder, pushing and pushing, and then I became an Arnold Classic winner. Something that nobody is not heard of, especially in independent wrestling or professional wrestler. There has not been an Arnold Classic winner in professional wrestling until me. Until me. I am the first. I'm the only. So it's a huge honor that I hold right there. Um, but it's hard. You know, you got to maintain your structure, your body, your perspective, your vision. You have to maintain these things because if not, you lose it all. So it's really hard doing everything that I'm doing, leading on to the next show, next match. You know, you can get hurt in the ring. You got to perfect your craft, make sure things are done the right way. Same thing in bodybuilding. So it becomes hard. The the road, you know, to the next show. It's real hectic. It gets hard, and any wrestler can tell you that the preparation. You know, we just don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I'm just gonna have a match today and just do it. You have to prepare mind, you know, your spirit, your body. You know, you have to prepare, and and it's hard. It's real hard, you know, but we're built for this life. So what we do, which hard for others, it's easy for us, but it's still hard because we still do it, and we know we don't do this. You know, we don't wake up in the morning and just go, let's do it. You know, we have gotten hurt multiple times. You know, and this is part of the business. But this is part of the business of every aspect of every sports entertainment or every sports you do, and this is the part that we have to deal with every day. And you know, I've dealt with it. And I still deal with it now. So the preparation of the years and shows and stuff like that is real hard because I got so much I have to do. I have so much I have to do. I have to do the bodybuilding, the gym, the training, the wrestling. It's all in one. So yeah, it does get tiring. It does get tiring. It's painful at times, but it's
Is
passion.
is like the food. I know wrestler. I'm interrupting you, Lucius, but like with the I know every wrestler has a different
So,
This is like my last question for you. Like I know everybody has. I know everybody has their own food regimen the day of a show. Do you eat like breakfast and then you don't eat dinner? And you don't eat lunch that night, and you just eat dinner after that, or is it just you
I'm
just
on
eat dinner?
I think I told you this before. I'm on a seafood diet.
Okay,
Everything I see, I eat.
that's why we get along.
So morning, if my body requires food, it's gonna have it. In the afternoon, if it requires it, it's gonna have it. It could be mid-match. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat. um I don't tell my body no. I don't starve my body. The preparation of certain things, like especially in bodybuilding, you don't want to, eat then compete. And in wrestling, you don't want to have a full stomach and then get in the ring and wrestle. You're gonna throw it all out. You know, um, you got to think smart. So I don't, I don't, I don't have myself. I don't let myself, better to say, I don't let myself go hungry. I don't let myself go hungry. If you let yourself go hungry, is because you're not taking care of yourself. So I don't let myself get hungry. So I make sure I eat what I have to eat prior to a match. If I know I'm gonna wrestle and I don't want to eat for like an hour or two, then I know I need to, what I was gonna eat in those 2 hours, I'll eat them separately over here. Like it's you gotta learn how to eat, structure it. You gotta learn how to, if you can't eat it then, you gotta add it here. But if you can't add it here, you gotta add it over there. It becomes a headache. But yeah, I eat whatever. I eat honestly I don't, half of my shows are in the afternoon towards nighttime anyways. So I'm gonna eat whatever in the daytime. In the morning, after lunch, brunch, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. And after the match, I'm gonna eat. But I wouldn't eat if my match is next. I would not eat because
That's
chances are
crazy.
that
I know people that do that, and
yeah,
they
no,
screw themselves
it's
up. You
yeah,
know,
it's you gotta learn how to control your stomach. You gotta learn how to control.
there's some wrestlers that I know that they go to the show and they eat here we go. They eat like a Spanish. All my white fans, they eat like colognes before the match, and then they go in and they throw up or they
Yeah,
lose it.
yeah,
They
yeah.
lose it. They get sick. Like I don't get these people. Like I go
I just
eat.
say, I just basically say, like, So you don't get hungry at that time of the show to eat. Eat more earlier. Eat more earlier. So by the time you get to the show, you're not as hungry, or you won't be hungry. You know, me, I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem where I'm hungry at a show. I'm so excited that I'm in the show. I'm meeting the fans, talking to the boys, um, talking to those that actually acknowledge a god for who he is. But I'm distracted a lot with pro wrestling when it comes down to show day. It's a lot of preparations, a lot of mental, so I don't have time to be like, oh, I'm hungry, and I'm so afterwards I'm gonna eat everything and anything, to treat myself. But I never had that problem where I actually got hungry while I was about to fight. I never had that problem, so thankfully for that. But kudos to those that does.
Now I know we're at a show. If I'm about to eat something, he Lucius, me get you a burger, get you a gyro.
Yeah, 'cause if my match ain't until an hour, then hey,
Because I'm Latin, I'm gonna be. And you would have, but if you would lived in my town, you would definitely would have loved to come over for the Super Bowl, Lucius. Man, my mom made a nice big banil with rice and beans.
man.
It was good. It was good. See, this is why you gotta live in my town, Lucius. You could have come over the Super Bowl and hung out with. Could have hang out with the Panther family. Could have hung out. Oh, there's one of my guests coming up this weekend. She just commented in the chat. Here you go. She's a young wrestler from Florida.
She's new. She's new.
Yeah, she's new. She'll be on the podcast on Friday on this weekend,
Okay.
and she's new. So ask away. Ask like she's new in the business. She just started out. She has a title belt. They gave her a belt already.
Nice.
I think it's
Nice.
the junior. I think she'll have to say what title she has, but it looks like the big gold belt. It's like a big title belt. Like it's a nice looking belt too. Like for young wrestlers like her, what kind of advice could you give them? Like, the noob in the business.
Stay away from marks. There's a lot. There's promoters that are marks. There's a lot.
That's the belt she has.
Okay. She basically, the advice I would give her would be, never be afraid to open your mouth. Don't let nobody walk over you. Nobody's your mother. Nobody's your father. Don't let nobody walk over on you. If you have concerns, speak up. If you have ideas, speak up. If you have a vision, speak up. Don't allow them to stigmatize your vision. See with 2020. If you see snakes, don't cut the grass. Put concrete over it so they can't come back. Watch your surroundings, and always, always, always speak up. If you have an issue with somebody, speak up. Don't worry about if you're a rookie. Don't worry about, oh, well, I'm ruining my chances with this company. Don't matter, because when one company closes the door, 3 more is going to open it. There's so many companies out right now. Be respectful. Be respectful. And always, always look for respect back. And if they don't give you respect, take your respect back and give it to somebody else that matters.
Awesome. Lucius, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Before we go, if any of my fans would like to buy any Lucius Krow merch, where can they find it?
All the merches right now, I'm doing exclusive. I'm not doing. I did have them in my Lucius Krow page. I'm doing exclusive content right now, where if you want to get a merch from Lucius Krow, you will have to go to one of the shows he's actually wrestling on. So right now we have 2 locations, 2 shows right now that is broadcasted. IJoe. Extreme Hybrid Wrestling, very phenomenal company right there. So it's an honor for a god. It's a privilege for a god to actually be there. Very good people, very good workers over there, and I'm honored to be part of that. Be that part of bunch that's going to be participating that night. So that there's tickets available. Go to my Lucius Krow page. You will see. the EHW locations, and on the flyer we promoted the flyer right now on March 2nd. We are actually in Archibald, PA, or Mayfield, PA. I think it's Mayfield, PA, if I'm not mistaken. High Ground Pro Wrestling. Again, that one tickets are out. Go to, you can actually buy tickets online if you want to. The links are on my my page. Go there, and here's the thing: if you do, there is $15 off a purchase in any of my shows if you come to one of my shows.
Ooh, hear that, fans? 15. If that's if they go to the show, or is it like at the show you have to
At
buy
the
it
show,
online?
at the show, if they buy the merch at the show, you will get a $15 off of the
Ooh.
purchase of anywhere of Lucius Krow or the Trumpets of the Apocalypse.
I've been
Um,
dying to get a Lucius Krow shirt. I guess I'm gonna have to go to one of your upcoming shows and get up a shirt because I love my shirts. Wrestlers like to send me T-shirts. I'll be like wearing T-shirts with random
yeah,
people.
no, I just give me your size. I'll send you a shirt. You don't have to go
my
to the
mom,
show. I
my
would love
mom,
for
I
you to
get
be in the
stickers.
shows. I would
Yeah,
love for you to be in the shows. I love when you're always around. You're a very respectable guy. I love your podcast. I love speaking to you in person. You're very, you're very upfront with people. You're cool. You're a cool
I don't
guy.
hide. I don't
And that's
hide.
another thing. And a lot of a lot of people don't like me. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of people that don't like you, just as much.
Oh,
I got a lot of people that don't like me. But you know what's the beautiful part about it is when they don't like you, it's because you're doing something right.
yes, and it's I'm not only doing this for me. I'm doing this for my family legacy. I'm doing this for my grandfather, which wrestled in the 50s and 60s. And I know he would be, even though he was a heel, he'd be like, ugh, why are you being so good? Why are you being a good guy? Randy, you're raised on a heel. Your grandfather was a heel. Why are you being so nice?
I'm hoping my son takes this tradition
Yeah.
and carries it when he gets older.
Yeah.
He's a junior. He's Lucius Crow Jr.
Mm,
Legit. That's his name, Lucius Crow Jr. So I don't want him to live in my shadows, but
yeah.
it's gonna be hard to get out of my shadows.
Yeah.
I tell him that all the
I,
time.
I always jokingly tell people in the wrestling business, I may be just a podcaster, and there's always the thing the words I always hear in my ears, and it burns my little panther wolf ears. If you're not, if wrestling fans think we're part of the business because we're just a podcaster, but I say this, I may not be part of the business, but my family is part of the DNA. You know what I mean?
We're all part of the business, and that's the beautiful part about it. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. I'm considered, the asshole. I'm considered that guy because I don't have hair in my tongue. And when I say that, a lot of people get confused of what I mean. When they have hair in their tongue, they close their mouth. I don't shut my mouth. When I see something and it needs to be said, it's gonna be said. I don't care about this 2024 canceling, 2024, babying people. I don't believe in that. You got to be strong in this company. You got to be strong in life. And people look at it and go, Lucius Crow is a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. It's real life. It's who I am. I am a god. I am a god of all gods. I am the eminence of perfection. Look at me. Look at me. I am glory. I am. So it's not a gimmick. This is who I am. I am born a champion. I'm born a god. I have belts everywhere I go. I am who I am because of who I've become, I learned from myself. There's a lot of people follow this and do it their way. Congrats. This is how I do it. You don't like what I say? Step out of my way. This is my story is not gonna be finished like Cody Rhodes. My story is being told. And
Yep.
my story is easy to understand. It's a highway. If you can't keep up, stay your ass in a sidewalk where
Yep.
you can walk.
Yep. My thing is, if you don't, if because I'm a Panther, if you can't handle my dark, scary woods, don't follow. Don't follow me, and don't follow my buzzards.
That's how it is. That's how it is. I'm not how they say narcissistic. I hate that word. Um not narcissistic, I'm just confidence. and I'm convinced of who I am. It's a difference between conceited and convinced. And I'm convinced of who I am, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Nobody can't tell me I'm not one of the strongest men they have ever met. I am. I bench press. My max bench is 505. I can bench press 485, and I warm up with 420. I'm supreme. I am a supreme. I'm an alpha. I'm an omega. I've looked like they sculptured me. They sculptured a god. That I look like a cartoon. I look like a superhero. Something that a lot of these wrestlers need to do for themselves. They look sloppy. A lot of them look sloppy. I'm not there to help them. I'm not there to help them. I'm not. That's not my job. My job is to help myself.
Yeah.
That is my job. Is to help myself. So I continue doing what I do, and if people don't like me, continue. You want to follow my path, you want to praise thy name, Lucius Krow, then praise the God, and you will get blessed. And those that don't want to praise the God, they won't get blessed. They'll just get crucified.
Awesome. Lucius, thank you so much for coming on the podcast again. It means a lot. And also you're on my wall of fame, the very first guest to make it to 1K in views. That made me it happened overnight, Lucius. It wasn't just okay, 5 days. I checked it before I went to bed. Okay, 10 views. When I woke up the next morning and I was just like, 1K. I was like, this what? Oh my gosh, it happened. I just need that subscribers. Now that has to happen on the subscriber end.
It'll happen. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue.
Yes.
It happens all the time.
I'm Joe Panther the Third. Oh, sorry, Lucas.
Go ahead. You good. Go ahead.
I'm about to do my send off. I'm Joe Panther the Third.
And I am Lucius Krow, the God of God. So praise thy name.
And we will catch you in the next one.